Alright, budget magic time. Our opponent has informed us that we are up against 8 whack. At least we're on the play. But our deck matches up really poorly with Legion Loyalist. Uh, Tokens not being able to block means our deck not being able to block. Means we really need to keep Legion Loyalist off the battlefield if we want any chance of winning. Aside from Legion Loyalist, I think our deck matches up fairly well. Oh, there's a path. Alright, that is the way to kill the first Legion Loyalist. Alright, Foundry Street is not Legion Loyalist, so life is good so far. Life was bad, but now it's good. Forever. Alright, so we're just going to play a Intangible Virtue. Makes our tokens big and vigilant. Hopefully our opponent doesn't play anything too awesome here. Turn 3 is a big turn from this deck. Because turn 3 is Bushwhacker time. That's when it deals a ton of damage. This deck is legitimately good, I think. I've been very impressed with that deck. Oh, God. There's Legion Loyalist. So now we would love to draw a 2-drop, so we could play something and path Legion Loyalist. Because just playing Spectral Procession here feels really... Alright, well... Let's just play Intangible Virtue. Intangible Virtue, try to path the Loyalist, untap Spectral Procession, hope they don't have another Loyalist, and then we're kinda stable. And that's assuming we don't take like 10 damage this turn. Fanatic into Bushwhacker into... We are really low on life. That play can probably beat us. Yep, there's Bushwhacker. Well, let's just get rid of the Loyalist, but we're still taking 4, 8, 9, 10, 12 down to 4. Fanatic is another one, which puts us to 3, which means any reach spell in our opponent's deck beats us. And another Bushwhacker also beats us. So, yeah, that's what this deck does. I mean, this is turn 3, and their draw was solid. But, yeah. O-Ring, super slow in this matchup. Well, I guess we just... actually... Yeah, let's just Spectral Procession. I was going to use Cave's mana, but that would cost us another life, and we don't want that. So odds are we are dead here. But if we had played it the other way, and just played Lingering Souls, we wouldn't have been able to block last turn anyway. So we can block, 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 and die. Block, 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 and die. Yeah, that kills us. I mean, no matter how we block, they can sack that Fanatic for the last point. Ay! Alright, sideboard cards. Do we have anything? Well, I guess Journeys are better than Oblivion Rings. Triplicates. Our best card is Zealous Persecution, honestly. That's the card that lets us beat this deck. You go down a Promise and a Triplicate Spirits. These are 3-drops since every land taps for white mana. And this is usually like a 3 or 4-drop because of Convoke. Alright, let's try it like that. Alright, we get to play first, which is good. And we have a Zealous Persecution, which is awesome. Otherwise, our hand is a little slow, but Zealous Persecution is a really big deal. If we play it right, it can be basically a 2-mana Plague Wind against our opponent that makes our creatures better sometimes. There's Foundry Street. Alright. I think we leave up Zealous Persecution here and hope our opponent goes like 1-drop, 1-drop. Mog War Marshal. I think that means we do nothing. Because Zealous Persecution will be... We'll take our 3. See if they pay for the War Marshal. I have feels bad to Time Walk ourselves, but I think it's worth it. Pass the turn. So see if they don't pay, then Zealous Persecution Yeah, so hopefully they're on the Bushwhacker plan here, like one drop into Bushwhacker, and then we just kill their entire board and should win. Chieftain, alright, that means we need to do this right now. So we still take damage from the Chieftain, but not nearly as much as we would have. Let's see what we draw. Lingering Souls. Alright, let's just untap and play our hero, which is a decent blocker. I'd actually like to draw one more land. If we can draw one more land, we can Lingering Souls or Spectral Procession plus Intangible Virtue in the same turn, and that would be good. Still weak to Legion Loyalist at this point, since we're going to be making tokens. Alright, we're going to block. If they are planning on bolting our hero, that's fine. We get the kind of a 2-for-1 out of the deal. And we don't want the bolt going at our face anyway, so. Forked bolt, sure. Mog Fanatic is not Legion Loyalist, so that's good. Path. Alright, let's just let's tap properly. We don't want to pay life. So Lingering Souls, leave up Path. And then next turn, so we can path something on our opponent's turn. The next turn we can Intangible Virtue and Flashback Lingering Souls. If we don't draw land. If we draw land, we can Spectral Procession. There's Legion Loyalist. There's Bushwhacker. Well, now we got a Path Loyalist. So they can attack if they want, and we will just snap off these blocks in an instant. We can make more creatures than they can over the long haul. It's just a matter of surviving. We are definitely the control in this matchup, as odd as that sounds, as an aggressive token deck. Scary thing is we still just can lose to another Legion Loyalist. So let's Intangible Virtue. See if this gets our opponent to sack the Fanatic. No. And then flashback our Lingering Souls. And we get to start attacking since we have Vigilance. Also works well with Triplicate Spirits, the Vigilance. So we get to like attack with all of our tokens next turn. Next turn we can play a lot of stuff. We can attack with everything. Spectral Procession plus Triplicate Spirits. That's a big game. Oh, oh, seriously? Well, now if we don't draw a removal spell for Legion Loyalist, we just lose. We can play a ton of tokens, but that second Loyalist has us. We can't block anything. We can Spectral Procession. So this is what our turn would have been if they hand drawn that. Spectral Procession. Attack with everything. Triplicate Spirits. So we have 1,000,000 power and 1,000,000 spirits, all with flying. Our hope is that there's no way they don't attack with Loyalist. We can bluff the path, but they just slam with it and we lose. Fanatic. Yep. Alright, that does it. Legion Loyalist.